Warning, this podcast contains spoilers and a lot of feels. What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode. I'm already screwing this up. Another episode of the ASOTV podcast for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Season 4, Episode 20, Farewell, Cruel World. I'm your host, Mike, and joining me is Rachel and Jake.
Whoa.
Well, this was an episode.
Yeah.
Just to say, all of us, including the absent Clio, we all called that Mac would be not wanting to leave.
But he has to.
But he hasn't yet.
I saw the previews for next week. He doesn't look like he does.
and I mean, like, Sky was there, or Daisy was there blasting the slag out, the molten metal out of the way to get through the little portal there. And she's not there to do that anymore. So how the hell is Mac going to get through that without, immolating himself?
They will find a way, okay? They always find a way. You could hop back in real quick.
Or maybe they'll find a way to shut that part down. That program part down.
Maybe. Life
now that they're
finds a
out.
way.
Or there has to be a way to wake him up.
Yeah.
Because there's still a physical him.
There is still a physical him. For now, yeah. So, let's see.
What are they going to do, just keep him there?
They could.
They feed him through a tube? What?
Yeah, how does that work exactly?
I don't know, they had him all hooked up to IVs and stuff, so.
Yeah, we'll find out. So Simmons finally figures out what was going on in a conversation with May. And, why is Fitz so different, so evil, so crazy? Oh crap, he knows his father. It's like, who's his father? Fitz knows his father? Everybody knows Alistair Fitz. Like, everybody at Hydra knows this guy. He's a big shot, or whatever. And then Fitz winds up shooting him.
It was an accident in self-defense.
Yeah, it was in self-defense. I mean, he was in the process of strangling her.
He was choking her out.
Yeah. And, that was probably the worst-case scenario of that meeting, aside from Simmons getting, her brains splattered across the room.
She wasn't thinking when she did it.
Had that happened, we wouldn't have had the scene that we had later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The extremely disturbing Fitz's yeah, you're nothing to me. Like, get on your knees and beg for your life.
And I don't know which scenario would have been worse. I don't know.
Me neither.
I had a feeling when Radcliffe supposedly turned that there was a reason behind it. He wasn't going to turn on them. He wanted them out. Because this is not what he had planned for the framework.
No. But
that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, and I actually did see him kind of turning there because Fitz gave him the whole idea of immortality. And that's what Radcliffe was going for in the first place.
That's a bad idea. Like, I don't get... People don't realize this. That's not good.
Nope.
No, and
we're humans. We're meant to die and decay.
There was a certain point where I thought, okay, well, that is appealing to Radcliffe's, vanity and what he was going for.
Well, that's just his philosophy. It's how we met him.
Yeah. And then, but when they were at Alistair's house, and he was like telling Fitz, it probably was an accident. She would never have killed anyone. And he saw this, and he saw how Fitz was, but that he was going, and it was the only way, as he said when he said to Gemma, this was the only way for him to get him there.
Yeah, to get him there and get him out. And that is exactly what he did. Beat him over the back of the head and threw him through the portal.
Yeah. You might come out with a minor concussion. It's fine. And maybe a minor case of serious brain damage, but you're back.
Well, I mean,
No, he
Coulson didn't come out with, 3 very serious gunshot wounds, so...
was.
My God. Yeah,
That was
that part, I was
That
just
was
like...
amazing.
Scary.
That happened, I was like, not again?
I was like, no, you can't die again.
He acknowledged it.
Yeah, he did. He goes, this feels familiar.
This
I know.
feels strangely familiar.
Like, why does this feel familiar to you, Coulson? Did you die or something? I don't know what you're talking about.
They had to slip that in there again.
Slip that in there. Did Coulson die? Am I
Maybe.
missing something?
I don't know.
Maybe, you don't know.
Brian
'Cause
Griebel
I had no idea.
Yeah. Brian Griebel's in chat saying we're supposed to get Ghost Rider back for the season finale. That would be nice.
Yeah, what happened to him?
I don't know. Maybe that would be the way to get Mac out. I don't know.
So we know Ward possibly is not coming back. So we don't have anything to hold Daisy down.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people they could possibly bring back, but that
Which I don't-
requires them to break into Hydra HQ and find the machine. And know
I
how
don't
to
want-
use it.
I don't want Ward to come back in the real world.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, I feel like they've done everything they could with Ward in the real world.
Yeah.
I think this was kind of his...
This was a nice way to pad out.
Yeah, it was kind of
Story.
like his, making him come full circle kind of thing.
Even though it's not really him.
Yeah, it's like his redemption story almost, and it kind of made him and Daisy have a reconciliation and understanding. She understood the other Ward now better, and it's just kind of one of those things. It was like put to rest. It was like a closed chapter.
It's like that 3 or 4 episodes ago, right when we come back from the break, or actually before we left for the break, this is the showrunner's way of saying, like, he's back, bitches!
I know, right? Well, we were joking around. It was like, oh, how are they gonna bring him back now? How are they? And look what they did.
They're going to find a way.
Cyber
If
program
this show is renewed again for season 5, they're going to find a way.
Right, and that's a big concern right now because there's an article going around that lists Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as likely canceled.
Yeah.
See, likely, but not.
But there's also a number of shows that are on there that are also in the likely canceled category that a lot of people think won't be.
Yeah.
Hell, Sleepy Hollow has been on the likely canceled
Yeah.
category for the last 3 seasons, and it's still going strong.
Yeah.
I mean, I got into this with Dom last night, and there's actually a lot of reasons for that, and it makes sense why they're still going. Budget-wise, they're a fairly low-budget show. It's not like the episodes are hemorrhaging money or anything like that.
No, they're still making money off of it, even though it's a low-rated show, because it's not that.
But
There's not a lot of money going into it.
what worries me is this is an ABC show.
Yes.
Disney
And
is
they're-
very... I love Disney. I love a lot of their things, but they are very much about the moolah.
Their company.
Yes. If
And
it's not making them...
their money,
If
and
it's
they
not making
cut-
them
they cut
enough of a
things.
profit, even if it's still
Exactly.
turning a profit, it has to be enough of a profit. So
Agent
if
Carter was canceled
yeah,
after season 2. I just feel like that show, even the first season, that show, I personally loved it because, Peggy, but not enough people were watching it because I don't think it was marketed properly.
No.
And I just don't think people were, and I hate to say this, people just weren't interested in a female-driven show taking place in the 1940s.
yeah,
It was a very well-written show. It was different. It wasn't like anything else on TV. It was so different, and that's what I liked about it.
Yeah, that's why I loved it too. Was sometimes risks pay off and sometimes they don't. And lately, this show, well, we love it. There is an audience that is not familiar with this show. They're familiar with Marvel, but they're not familiar with this show. Some people don't even know that this show exists.
Mm-hmm.
there is
So
that.
there's an audience for this show, but there's another audience that is not tuning into this show either because they genuinely don't like it. They stopped after season 1. People just aren't interested in superhero shows. They don't like Marvel, or they're just not aware that this show's a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
And because they're bringing in more obscure characters, not a lot of people are going to tune in. I mean, does the average person know what an LMD is?
Aside, unless they caught the joke that Tony Stark made in Avengers, no. So, yeah, I got you with that one. And also the worry is this is ABC, like I said before. They are very cancel happy lately. The last 2 years, they have axed a lot of television shows.
If it's not, like, usually, and there's some shows that don't even make it a full first season before they cancel.
Oh yeah, they cancel it and just say, fuck it, we're not even airing the rest of the episodes, even though they're completely done.
Yeah. Doesn't make sense, but yeah.
Anyway.
How they go.
Back on topic here. So, Simmons shoots Fitz's dad while on the phone with Fitz after he finally says, I love you, son.
That was so fake, and, like, I'm like...
Oh, it totally was. That just...
It was like one making I wanted to puke. It was like,
you manipulative little fucker. Old
he was
fucker.
like acting. He was acting like Mr. Rogers. He had a cardigan on and everything. Like he was the
juggling his shoes. I was always waiting for him to drop one of the shoes when he.
Oh,
I know he was just like all like trying to be like the world's best dad and shit. Like,
well,
we all know better. I didn't even notice his clothes were lighter. He wasn't wearing like a dark suit or anything. And
I can't even. Yeah, it just really going for that look, almost like he knew she was coming.
Probably.
There's drones everywhere.
Yeah, true. Well, anyway, something I should have opened with. Back in the real world.
Oh.
I mean, we find out that they've been in the framework for 10 days.
10 days.
Which is probably a lot longer than any of them expected. I mean, yeah, the whole getting trapped there sucked. But the Zephyr is running out of power. They are shutting down pretty much every system except for the engines to make sure that the framework doesn't just, you know, die.
Right.
It's like, oh, what's left? The cloaking device? And I'm thinking, as soon as she said that, I'm like, well, that uses a lot of friggin' power. Maybe you should shut that the fuck off. Oh, wait.
Yeah, but we know what's happening, that the Russian guy is having his buddies track him this.
So, yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing.
That is the thing.
So, Elena, hi. Nice to see you again. How have you been? You okay? You warm? No?
Yeah. It's like, we missed your face. And,
a certain someone misses your face, he just doesn't know it yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm screaming that whole scene. Like, Daisy, mention Elena. Bring her name up. See if it triggers anything. I mean, yeah, it's going to be tough to break through that whole, I have my daughter and she's, you know, as real as I need her to be and all that stuff. It's like, oh, it's going to be a tough one to cry.
It does suck that they waited so long to tell Mac, but I could see why they did it, because otherwise he would never have helped them. Really? You would have left and
beat him over the head with something and throw him through the portal.
I thought she was going to. I thought she was going to like quake him to pass out and then push him in, but she didn't. I was waiting for it.
I'm not happy about it.
I'm not happy either. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, I'm happy for him.
But then I realized that this ain't real.
Yeah.
Yep. I did freak out a little bit when the plane got hit and she fell off the bed. I was like, oh crap, did that fryer break? And she got out before that. Yeah, I freaked out a little bit. I was like, oh shit.
Oh, I just love that moment between, you know, the now dying Coulson and May. Like, you know, just follow my lead. Like, take a leap of faith. Do it. I mean, the fact that the whole world, like, kind of digitized out and everybody started, you know, getting all pixelated and shit, that probably helped push them all along.
Except for Fitz, he got pushed in.
Yeah.
Fitz was forced in. Everybody else chose to go.
But
or not to go.
As soon as he came out...
But Fitz was crazy, so he needed that push.
As soon as he came out, he was like... You saw it, like, practical psychological breakdown.
Oh my god, he's so freaking out right now.
Like, I killed people. Oh my god, I ordered... Director Mace is dead. Like, I ordered that. I ordered that. You know, he's...
And he was real.
Yeah, and he was real. It's like, I'm a terrible person. I did that. I liked doing that. I was completely
And Coulson was just
happy.
like, Coulson was just like, calm down, just chill. He's trying to calm down. He's freaking out.
Uh-huh.
I can understand, because to see that side of you that you never thought you ever had in you has to be fucking.
Well, he never
Right.
had that side anyway. It was just created.
Uh-huh.
Well, then, but I mean, there has to be a part of you.
Well, there is a part of him that was definitely shown that he doesn't normally show. But
Yeah.
like, I don't think Fitz would ever kill anyone,
No,
even if
he
no matter
wouldn't.
how much he hated them.
and not get
No, but-
pleasure out of it.
No, but I mean, to know that there is that side of you. That's what happened if you like stayed with your dad. That has to do something to you when you come out. That has, holy, really, am I that capable? Am I questioning everything? Are you capable of doing this?
Well, you're not. You're not.
You're not. He's
okay?
not. But right now, he's
Well, no, he needs a bit. He needs some alone time. You need that. But no, you are not a killer, Fitz. You are just fine, sweet baby child.
You need to be reunited with Simmons, and she needs to hug it out of you.
And you need a turtle. You need to go to the pet store and get a turtle, and it's gonna fix everything. You go to the furniture store, buy that breakfast nook. and-
everyone needs a long vacation. I want to see them on a vacation, like on the beach, having relaxation time.
Oh,
in Tahiti.
there's going to be no relaxation time for Fitz, because Ada is now a real
Who is
girl.
that lady?
Ophelia.
I'm sorry, she 3D prints herself a friggin' body. You know,
That was Ophelia.
and inhabits it, and apparently nothing happens to her consciousness, even though, Coulson hacked her robotic head off with a scalpel.
Oh yeah. How long did that take you?
That had to take a while. Like a good long
And this
while.
is a metal scalpel. I hope you're wearing gloves.
Yeah. Anyway, she just walks in with a robe like, Leopold, it's me! You remember me? Like,
No, she was like doing that to everyone. She was like, "Oh, happy! Look, I'm like, hey, look, I'm a real girl now," kind of like Pinocchio. I was like, and everyone's like, "Oh shit,
At
no!"
that point, Coulson had the greatest point. Like, she bleeds! Shoot her! It's like, take the shot
she
already,
died.
May. It's like, Fitz, get out of the way. And then all of a sudden, something I don't know if any of us actually did see coming.
She warped.
And it makes sense. She 3D printed herself a body with superpowers. Because it's go big or go home there.
Because we can do that.
Well, isn't that what they were trying to do with the Darkhold in the first place?
Yeah, I mean, well...
Yeah.
Wasn't
I
like
guess.
that the whole plan? Like one of those scientists way back in the beginning of the season weren't they trying to give themselves some kind of abilities?
Yeah. But yeah, so that was just, and Fitz just coming out and still freaking out, really, and he's just like,
We can make this world anything we want to, and then. Now, here's
yeah,
the question.
right.
Can she?
Where'd you
is
go?
there more than teleportation?
I wouldn't just... If I
Fitz.
were to give myself superpowers, it wouldn't just be teleportation.
All I know is she's thinking of the Fitz that was in the framework, that loved her and cared for her. And like I said before, I was like, she's doing this not only to get a real body, but she's doing getting the real body because she fell in love with it.
And
Because
she's
he saved her.
And she's probably less sadistic right now because, as she put it, is this what happiness feels like? Like she's all full of emotion and alive and probably doesn't even know what to think. That's
When
the
she
thing.
feels sadness, she's gonna die.
Oh, when she feels sadness, she is going to kill people.
Something.
But
But yeah,
that's the
no,
thing. She's no longer
think-
logical. Like, she's no longer pure logic and pure programming.
no.
She's all emotional right now.
Now-
Because she's never had them before.
She's like
This
on a
is
super
crazy.
period.
No, see, like, you are not gonna like it when Shark Week comes around, girl, okay?
No, there's that. And, yeah, she has no experience with it. She doesn't know how to push it all to the back of her head and ignore anything.
It's gonna be like Carrie. She thinks she's dying, and then just moves stuff with her mind.
She's
Yes.
she's gonna get sad, and it's gonna be like,
Fitz is gonna
gallons
tell
of
her.
ice cream.
Fitz is gonna tell her that he's not in love with her, that all this other kind of stuff, and she's gonna flip out.
She's gonna kill him. Or at least
or
attempt to.
try or something. I don't think she will.
And then we're going to get a bitch fight between her and Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
Just using their fists.
Yeah. Oh man, this episode.
I don't really. Yeah,
I like that they all, when they all came out of the framework, they were themselves again. They remembered what happened in there, but they were still themselves.
It was like Once Upon a Time.
Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. Like Once Upon a Time. That's another ABC show. Stop that.
But yeah, they need a therapist. Well, we always say these people.
We said it's not Once Upon a
therapists.
Time. They need a therapist. These people.
Everyone needs a
At the end of the-
all the
you
shows
had
need
one.
therapists.
You had one. He's dead.
You
Yeah,
had
right.
one. He turned into, like, an anti-inhuman inhuman. You know. You really need a better therapist than that.
Yeah. And I mean, they still got to deal with the Russian robot.
Oh, yeah. That thing.
That thing.
And wait till he realizes that Miss Ophelia / Ada is not going to give him what he wants.
I just love, if you watch the promo for next week, it's just, you know, it's like, I forget, you know, how he's like, how did we escape there? And, you know, the Russian just stand there like, it wasn't luck, or anything like that. He goes, who the hell is this? Well, I could safely say you could shoot him.
Because nobody gives a fuck about that guy.
No, nobody does.
I'm just waiting for one of them to find his head and then kill his head and then his body dies.
Yeah. I mean, he's still a robot in a robot body. But that's the thing. If he's in a robot body, he can't... Oh, no. He can only hurt them if they're attempting to hurt the framework.
Hurt the framework.
Yeah. So...
Which I don't think they will.
No, they've already hurt the framework. It's already done. He is well within his parameters to kill them.
I think he's going to toy. He's one of those villains that likes to toy with their, kind of like a cat and mouse thing.
He's one of those villains who talks too much and it leads to his eventual downfall.
He monologues way too much.
He monologues.
I mean, we've talked about him being a, not even good enough to be an old Russian Bond villain, but he's an old Russian Bond villain, complete with the monologue.
See, monologues work better when you're doing them in the bathroom, in the mirror, on the toilet. You want to pass the time.
They're better in theory than they are in practice.
Yes. I have stood there in the shower with my head leaning against the wall in searing
That's where all the
water,
deep thoughts happen.
having monologues in my head, playing out a conversation how I'm going to say it, and then I get to that conversation and I'm just like, I do words.
Yeah. Right?
I'm reminded of, if anybody has seen Dumb and Dumber, Jim Carrey, he stands there and gives this whole how he's going to profess his love to Mary in the mirror speech. Like, I'm in love with you. Desperate love like a schoolboy. All this other stuff. She walks in the room and he's like, I desperately want to make love to a schoolboy. Like, that came out really wrong.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see what they could do with him besides kill him off.
Yeah. Oh, he's dead. Probably
Well,
next
I don't
episode.
care. Well, it wouldn't matter to me what they do with him.
Right?
At that point.
It doesn't matter to any of us, yeah. No.
As long as he's gone.
The villains were kind of lame this season.
My dog agrees.
Yeah,
And
they were.
except for Ada.
Except for Ada. Ada was, she was kind of scary. Like, we've had the whole AI goes rogue thing before, I think we've all seen The Matrix and Terminator and
AI.
And AI, there you go, and iRobot and all that shit. So, and countless episodes of Star Trek. So,
Portal 2.
we're used to this.
Most episodes of Doctor Who.
But I don't know why. Ada was... I don't know. Ada
Well,
actually gave me the creeps.
Ada...
Because she's way too close to being human.
Yeah, because most AIs don't have a physical form. And if they do, they're more robotic. Ada felt very much human, but there was there was just something off about her because she didn't have those proper human emotions, and she didn't understand how humans work exactly.
It's almost like she had Asperger's syndrome. You know what I mean?
Mm.
She didn't have that human connection to another human, even though she looked human.
Yeah.
I had friends that had that.
Now,
kind of how they feel.
Now that she's all emotion,
oh god,
it's still gonna be more fucking terrifying.
All emotion with superpowers.
Where did she take them? That's what I want to know.
Now she's too human.
Yeah. I don't know where she took them. Places.
I was just waiting for, like, I thought, oh god, she's alive, and she's freaked. Oh, she's alive, and then May kills her. She's dead. And she was alive for all of 10 minutes.
Well, for the promo for next episode, she's standing there, like, half in tears, like, I don't want to die. Like, it's like, oh, great, so you put yourself in a real human body, you've experienced emotions, and now you have a crippling fear of death. Great.
Somebody didn't think it through.
What I didn't understand was that they scanned her body that was in the framework. Well, they scanned her body that was in the framework. She'd have broken back in the framework. I was like, what is she going to come out like, and just fall down because she can't walk?
Yeah, I get that, but my thing is, what was preventing them from just 3D printing herself a body with that machine? Why did she need to scan herself in the framework to do that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
That is just a major, like, overcomplication of things. Like, I don't get it.
I don't know. Maybe they'll explain it. I don't know. Maybe she'll explain it to Fitz on their wherever they are.
I'd like an explanation, because like I said, it just seems like an overcomplication. Maybe it was the only place she can get. Maybe she wanted her exact body. I don't know, and there was no.
Maybe it was the only like peaceful place she could do it. I mean, if she did it outside there, chances of someone stopping her are pretty high, or someone recognizing that there's like this big energy being pulled or something. But in the framework, she had more control and had people around her that would stop anyone from trying to stop her from doing it.
Well, yeah, I don't know why she didn't want to just stay in there. Fucking Madam Hydra, you could have had whatever you wanted.
She wanted the green hair.
I am still doing my hair like that. I am. I am still doing my hair like that.
So yeah, we've mentioned the promo for next episode a couple times. It looks like the submarine or, the rig or whatever they're on starts flooding.
Yeah, oil rig.
You see the water filling up, like, right up to Mac's head and, like, passing over, and I'm just like... Ah.
I also love the fact that everyone was just so happy to see Trip. And we were all happy, and Trip was hilarious in this episode. So we are boyfriend and girlfriend, right? And she's like, no.
No.
Me and Gemma?
No.
No.
May? Stage in May, right?
No.
Why do you want to go back there?
Yeah, right.
Like,
and I mean, at the end, he said goodbye. He's like, "Well, I could go through it." He's like, I think it clicked to him. Oh, okay.
I think there would be a lot of questions, and some, the babies are going to get confused. We can't have that. You got to stay here. And honestly, I don't give a shit about your character anyway, so you could stay.
Yeah.
Sure, but
as mentioning for next episode, synopsis is barren. In the exciting penultimate episode leading into next week's or the following week's season finale, Coulson and the team's victory in the framework is short-lived, as an even deadlier enemy looms against them all. So,
the Russian guy.
No, now here's my question. The Russian guy? I doubt it.
No.
The newly formed Ada? Well, you know what? Ada's been the enemy for half the season. So she can't be an even deadlier enemy. So are they throwing in another villain that's going to carry over to next season?
This is what I think.
Go on.
Because we're going to get Ghost Rider back. Or we're
Right.
supposed to. They promised us we were going to get Mephisto this season. We never got him.
And I'm going to... I don't know if it's anywhere in the comics, but I would bet that the Darkhold was his book that he wrote, or something. Because it does have a very Mephisto-y kind of feel to it.
But I don't know if that's going to work.
Right.
Because I would love to see that and to see Ghost Rider back. But because we've been without him for so long, I don't think you can just introduce him in this episode and then just have the finale be something completely different from what we've seen before.
I don't know, just
or
in
introduce him in the
previews.
last episode, and then again that still doesn't fit.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
Well, in the previews, the only person they show is the Russian, and them trying to attack him, and he's a robot, so it doesn't really hurt him.
Yeah. But then again,
hope
that's
that's not
lame.
that person.
That's really lame. So
It
I'm
is.
just hoping that
It's like they've been trying to make him the big bad, one of the big bads this whole time that he's been there, and they're trying, and they keep trying. It's not working, and they keep forcing it down our throats, and they need to stop.
I'm just hoping that if they do give us Mephisto, he's like an actual scary demon,
And you could tie this to it. They don't do this anymore, but if you wanted to tie it to the movies and to some type of mythology, from the comics at least, have a little Scarlet Witch Easter egg, because in the comics, Scarlet Witch, her children were spawns of Mephisto, and the movies I don't think are exploring this at all. But like, if you just wanted to like do something cute, a little nod to the fans, you could just mention Wanda.
Yeah. You could. I just hope they don't go some other alien or science route, and they just keep it like, he's a straight up mystical supernatural entity.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be a little too late. And well, we only have how many episodes left? Like
you have two.
Yeah, I don't
know.
And
if this show is getting renewed, this could be a way to bring more of the mystical in that you wanted to do this season that you couldn't do. So maybe if you could have saved it for next season if you're possibly getting a next season.
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of almost feels like I don't know.
The biggest
it depends on how it. If everything gets wrapped up. Okay, if everything gets wrapped up in the season finale, then they don't even know.
Yeah, and the biggest complaint I see from a lot of places with this show is they don't know how to cross over anything.
They don't.
Like,
no.
The show would be a lot more interesting to people if it actually crossed over with events of the movies more.
And I think people
more than just mention them. Just more than just mention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even have to be Avengers. It could be other Marvel properties. It could be Ant-Man. It could be... I mean, I know...
Well, we thought they were going to do, kind of the whole... When they were getting, like, a team of Inhumans, we thought, well, okay, this is kind of the start to the movie, but then they broke it all up.
Well, the movie's not happening anymore.
No,
now we're getting a TV show.
Now, you could have tied it to Guardians of the Galaxy when you introduced the Kree. There were Kree last season. So, like, you could have introduced more of those weird aliens if you wanted to go the alien route.
It doesn't have to be, like, the main part of, like, any of the movies. It could be something that they mentioned in the movie, some kind of offshoot. You could bring it into this. I mean, just something.
Or tie it to Agent Carter.
Yeah, right.
Things that were mentioned in Agent Carter that we can see now. I think this show, just because of the way it is, we are complaining about this only because there's so much potential for it. And it's something they used to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
We don't know what's going on in the background, so who knows what the executives are telling them.
Well, Kevin Feige just wants nothing to do with this show. He just doesn't. So there's that.
It's sad that they don't see the potential in the show. It really is.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, if this show is canceled, on the unfortunate circumstance that it is canceled, we are getting a few new Marvel shows. We are getting the Inhuman show, which will have a 2-hour premiere, so I guess that's your Inhuman movie. And we're also getting Cloak and Dagger.
Yep, that's on Netflix.
Yes.
And
so if you miss your Marvel fix, you can look forward to those.
And then I think, August we're getting The Defenders on Netflix?
Yes, we are getting The Defenders. We are getting The Punisher.
Mm-hmm. Which they just released a trailer for The Defenders today or yesterday. So go watch it.
Go watch it. I'm looking forward to it. also being very cautiously optimistic about it because I didn't like Iron Fist. So
well, you know what? I mean, if they do, if I'm not saying everything needs to go on Netflix, but if they do cancel the show, I'm hoping maybe possibly Netflix will pick it up, and then that way they could do a little bit different.
They would have more freedom.
They'd have more freedom
do what
to
they want to do.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, Mackenzie! Hold on, there's a fire.
Oh, we're
Okay then. So, I'm gonna say that's our show. I'll just close it out here.
Okay.
And hopefully everything's okay there. I'm guessing everything is not okay, but Jake, where can they find you?
You could find me at places. YouTube. YouTube is a thing at Jacob Salazar. Or you can find me on Twitter. Tweet me throughout the week. Got the life at Norwerland. That is CONOWHERELAND. Join the Norwerland Society. I hope Rachel is gay.
Rachel, I'm guessing everything's okay.
Yeah, the house stinks.
Where can they find you?
On Twitter at MikeyWitch76 and on Twitch at MikeyWitch. Possibly not putting things on fire.
You can find me on Twitter at Thylander, and you can find all of us on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, MySpace, and YouTube at ASOTV Podcast. You can follow us at those places for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, movies, and games. Thank you all for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
That was the most exciting part of the show.
I know.